here. I'll go through what we got going on first. Then I can tell you about the guard shack. We know are handing out the visitor cards again with the reminder, stop signs, or at least they're supposed to. Stop signs, base speed limit, remind them that the homeowner gets the fine, that kind of stuff. And it's supposed to be, it's gonna be laminated, so it can be cleaned off just in case we got a code variance, and that kind of stuff. That's what's happening there. As far as the administrative building goes, trying to do a little bit different in the lobby there. So eventually there'll be a computer there that'll be wiped off that where it'll only have internet access, where you can see what the vendor book is on there, and then you can contact the vendors, check for the raise and the reviews and stuff like that. That's what'll be there. As far as maintenance goes, they're starting the paving Ezrelli paving will be here next week to start the paving. And I think sometime next week they'll be paving that out there where the tree was taken out in the parking lot. Then after that, the lines will be redone, like on the front row, especially where it'll be golf cart only. Billy's gonna do that, and you're gonna see trees taken down out here next to the tennis courts that are overhanging the pavilion out there. Let's see, what else we got going on here? See, anything you'll see a difference is be that'll what you'll see face value. That's what you'll see. The difference is you'll see that taking place that you can see. I really don't have a lot as far as what's going on. I know probably that what's will be on the agenda next week will probably at the workshop will be the computers will be back on it, and of course I think the tractor will be back on it too. We are looking at the possibility of getting one truck for code enforcement because that one of the cars has had so much work done until it's been fixed over and over like a Band-Aid on it, that now the air conditioning's gone out on it, so they're riding around in it with the window down because they don't have no air conditioning. Those cars have about had it. So to answer Larry's question there, he had how much of the fence can we see out here? I rode part of it, and to get to the back there, they have to pass sections of the fence they cannot see. But trying to cut down on the number of times that they will do, they have to do that, and anything we can as far as that we're trying our best to cut expenses, changing habits and things like that. We got to remember that I wasn't going to talk about budget today, but as far as budget goes, we got to remember that we put back money in reserves for all these years. So most of this expenditure is by what's in reserves, and reserves are different from the main budget. So it's kind of like savings account, taking out savings account, but operating budget is totally different. You can't take money out of reserves to do that. So that's when I talk about things. So if anybody's got any questions, I appreciate everybody being here today. If they got any questions about things, I'll try my best to answer their questions. We did walk the RV compound this morning with some of the RV compound committee, check the license plates and see if they matched up with lot numbers. We've had people move in that's got a spot, and we're trying to straighten out. I want to see it more organized, and like boats in one section, and then utility trailers in another part of it all together, and then the Class A's, which you drive, being a separate thing. It's a massive undertaking. That's something I'd like to see down the road. I'll be glad to address any questions, so if anybody's got any questions.
Jerry, talking about the spots in the compound back there, I just moved in about 6 months ago. How do I know the former guy that bought the house from didn't already have his spots sitting there? Is that passed on to the next homeowner, or?
No, it's not. You go on the waiting list, and then my goal, as far as the RV compound, is to get everybody off the waiting list. And there's probably, we don't know how many spots are supposed to be exactly empty right now. I think there's close to 7 or 8, so we're gonna address that issue, and then I'm gonna find out more about what spots are empty. So some of that list will be taken down this week, and over the next couple of weeks, they'll be taken down.
So realistically, when you sell your house, that is taken off the list, that you don't have a spot there no longer?
That's correct. It goes to,
Not part of the whole. Okay. That's what I was wondering, if we had spots sitting there that we're not even aware of. So obviously, I don't have a spot sitting there for my former, owner of the property. But when he moved out, I bought the place, that would just kiss goodbye if he had one.
yes, that's the way that works. The spot does not stay with the household, because you got other people that moved in here, they looking for a spot, and their spot's limited, our spots are limited, so it's on a first come, first served basis, based on, like, you wouldn't want to put an 8-foot trailer in a 40-foot space, so you try to do your best you can to put like a 40-foot trailer in a 40-foot spot. That'd be the best way for that to be. But normally it's first come, first served, and then when the list is down to nothing, then you can just put them in spots to come later. So, yeah.
That answers it. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Yes.
Jerry, while we're talking about the RV, I guess 2 things. I looked in the July calendar,
Yeah.
in the news and views, and I'm not saying it's not there, but I didn't see any announcement for the RV committee meeting or their walkthrough, and I was kind of interested in that. And from what you said, I just missed it.
Well, most of the time when it was set up, you gotta remember, the committee was disbanded the first of this year, then we installed it back in place, and that was just not being on the calendar. I'd say that's my fault. But we lined it up to where everyone that we knew was on the committee could be there, as many as we can, to do the walkthrough this morning, check the license tag. So it was, basically, we didn't know it was gonna be Tuesday till last week, was when it was set up for this week. So it couldn't be in there.
But
Yes.
in the future, who do I call? Because, not to rain on anybody's parade, I've been on the waiting list for over a year. And when I signed up for the list, they said, it's gonna be a while. I said, okay.
Well, we should know what kind of empty spots we got over the next, we should know probably within the next couple of days or so. So just give me a call, and we'll see,
Okay,
I'll see
right,
what your
go ahead.
name is on there. Yeah, see what you,
Are you sure you wanna talk to me?
I'll talk to anybody in person, so that's the way it is. They can come in there. So, anybody else got any questions about anything, I'll be glad to answer it.
Any word on when we're gonna start the roof on this structure, Terry?
Vince, you've not heard anything yet from them, they got it.
Their materials are,
The materials are still pushed out till October. So, and the problem, the biggest problem is the PVC that's coming out of Texas. That's the biggest problem where we're getting, that's the TPO is made of PVC. So the liner.
And before the next question gets asked, the crack in the floor back there is gonna be fixed next Wednesday, right?
Thursday and Friday.
Okay, and that's when that's gonna be. And as far as the audit goes, I know that's another question that comes up, is the audit. I have signed the last piece of paper that needs to be signed for that thing, so we should get the annual audit, I'm gonna say probably next week or two. because I signed the last piece of paper to give authorization to let some of that, I guess for the attorneys to let go what they were gonna charge. What you want? Yeah, you got a question back there? Okay,
Another question, Jerry.
yeah,
A group of the guys, or a group of us people in the pool, we're always there talking all the time, we come up with an idea that would be nice to socialize, to get the people to know each other around here.
right.
We were wondering, is there any problem with us having a note put on the bulletin board, saying, we're gonna have a certain night of the week where you can meet within the, little building out there, or in here, just have like a wine social, bring your own bottle of wine or hors d'oeuvres, and just sit there and socialize and meet with people, and, just have it weekly or 2 weekly. Just the idea, we just like to be able to have a socialized thing in the evening time, and come out and drink a bottle of wine under the sunset, or under the stars.
Well, I have to refer that question to Vince. He knows more about what license we have and all that stuff. Can we do anything like that?
Are you selling it?
No, bring your own bottle,
Then, are you over 21?
I'm trying to be.
Then I guess you can do whatever you want.
Well, that's what we didn't know, what regulations.
The pavilion is open to everyone, whatever they want, as long as it's not reserved.
Yeah, that's the thing, is we don't intend to have it in reserve, just it's open to whoever wants to come and join in our little social activity. It's just the way, we have a lot of people coming in the park here recently, and the most gathering spot is in that pool. We're always meeting new people in the pool and introducing ourselves, and it's kind of a community get acquainted thing. So it'd be nice to have another opportunity to share our time with the newcomers to come in. and have
Maybe
a
you can address that with the
social
social committee.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, that'd be something we need to
Yeah,
address.
well, my wife has been a heck of a job out there. She's acting more like a greeter anymore. She sits there and greets new people coming in. We've had more people in that pool than we have surrounding the neighborhood, but we've gotten to know a lot of people in the small amount of time we've been here, and they're all great people. So just that there's newer people coming in all the time, we'd like to have a way of socializing and mixing with them and having them come into it without any hesitation.
That's a good idea. What's your wife's name? We give a plug right here.
Okay. So I'm taking it's okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, back there in the back.
I want to thank his wife because she is the most friendliest woman here. She goes and meets, she introduces herself, she makes you feel welcome. So, yeah,
Thank you.
everyone.
We got the pool now.
Yeah, she is the sweetest woman here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, does anybody have any other comments, questions, or anything? Okay, let's see, let me think of what else I got. Okay, we talked about the parking, we talked about the crack, we talked about, can you think of anything else we got going on? Maybe I missed it.
I'll be on vacation for the next 5 days. I'll leave tomorrow morning to Chicago for, some good food and, Cubs game, and I got a wedding to go to for my niece, so I'll be back Monday, night, Tuesday for a workshop. I just want to wish everybody a safe weekend, safe rest of the week, and hopefully everyone have a good time on Tuesday.
Safe travel.
Have a good time.
Thank you.
Safe travel. Yeah,
Where's
sure.
your body are?
Yeah, anybody, if anyone's been in Chicago area, they know down the wrong street.
Got some bad weather coming across that part of the country though. Be careful.
I'm not driving.
Oh, just coming across that side of Chicago.
It's 3 hours there, 3 hours back.
Oh, you got it made. That's great.
Let's see, mainly, we know the finance committee, is finance committee meeting tomorrow,
Friday,
Friday? That's right, Friday, okay, Friday at 1.
right here in North Hall.
So, let's see, we know that, go ahead,
The what?
TV. She's asking about TV.
The community channel?
Yes.
I have an issue with the computer back there, with the video card and everything that's inside it, so once they get that fixed, we'll be good to go.
Yeah, that'd be part of the trying to do something with the computers, that's correct.
Currently, right now on 732, you are watching TV, you are watching this meeting. They are watching, they are able to hear me and hear Jerry and hear you guys. And they can see Jerry on 732 right now. They just can't see the community channel that is coming from the computer instead of directly from a camera. Okay?
Is this on Spectrum, you can pick this up?
Spectrum 732, you can watch the meetings on 732. You can also watch 644, which is the community channel for Hernando County.
Is that in their news and views, those stations that we?
Mm-hmm.
pick up
Yes,
on?
there, yes, it is.
Okay, Beth.
I wasn't aware of that.
Can they really hear the questions from the audience on 732 or any place when there's not a microphone?
No.
Can we pass the microphone around and the next time we have a town hall meeting? I'll do it.
Anybody else have any questions? Now that we have a microphone, I can hear them.
I have a question. How's your leg? No, really. You be walking around? Yes. Okay. Just checking.
Nobody has any questions? Okay. We tried.
I like your idea.
Well, let me ask you while you stand there,
How do you feel?
has anything you happened with the unit reps?
Pardon me?
Anything happened with the unit reps?
The unit reps are still meeting monthly. Our meetings are open to everyone. We're always looking for new applicants. We haven't been out to meet people yet. We're still calling them on the telephone. Anybody has any issues, they know to find us in the news and views. I get several phone calls a month asking questions, and I help them wherever I can, or try and steer them in the right direction, as all my unit reps do.
With the microphone there?
Going on what Bev said, new residents, they usually get their resident packets at the office. And until COVID came, there was somebody at the office that would contact all of the new people and have them come in the office and explain the rules and regulations and stuff to them. What I understand has been happening for the last year and a half is that when you come in for your barcodes, Miss Vivian gives the packets out, but there are 3 pieces of paper that you have to sign. So Rosemary, Basteri, and I are going to be doing the new residents again. And so if there's anybody here that has not gone to the office to discuss their new packets, see me afterwards. My name is Gail. And if you know anybody, who's going to talk to you afterwards about, a lot of new people that have moved in here. So I'd like to chat with you to see if we can get some of the new people. So Rosemary and I can welcome you properly now that, hopefully you've all got your COVID shots, so we don't have to wear our masks. So if there's anybody out there that has not been to the office to talk about their new residents, just see me or call the office.
Sarah, do you get the emails from Brookridge?
I have gotten the emails, that's handy too.
Okay, wait a minute.
Because I got a cap circulating, that's good.
Okay, so you are getting the emails?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Have you consented to online voting?
Have you already consented to online voting?
They even know about it.
Then you need to go to the office and consent to online voting.
Okay.
So when you're for online voting, you need to consent to the office to where they can set you up a username and password on Becker ballot so you can online vote, or else you won't get the notice.
Okay, the last voting we had, we said we had the,
You also have online voting.
okay.
Yeah.
But I took our ballots down to the office for membership, or not membership, but for the office.
Yeah, you can go down to the office too, but if you don't consent, new people, if they don't consent, part of the package, I don't know if it's in there or not, but that should be also in the welcoming package. if you consent to online voting, consent to be in the directory, consent to your email, things like that, things of that nature.
I may have filled that thing out, I did pick up my packet about maybe a month after I moved in, and filled it out and took it back.
Okay, you did, okay. There's some,
Oh.
Came back.
yeah.
Have you gotten your, new resident package? Because that's in it. I couldn't hear him, so,
Okay, yes, he did.
because that's in there.
I got a manila envelope with a telephone thing, it's a real big packet,
Mm-hmm,
rules and regulations.
mm-hmm.
So whatever was in there, I received it, along with the license plate thing was in there.
Right,
I filled it out and I took it back to them. So I had to, I guess I had to fill out the thing that I showed my deed, that I had a deed that came back to me registered, so I was showing that on the bill. So I think I took okay as far as the package goes.
all right, so if you did sign those papers, then you're good, that's what I was,
Yeah,
just,
I was assuming I signed everything I needed, and I was, they were, got back with it.
now my question's for
Your
you.
turn,
He assumes that he's doing it, can't you check
once I get the microphone back.
his address to see that his paperwork is signed?
Yes, we can check that.
So you can check it.
Another thing for you, huh?
I would. Give him the question.
You want my address?
I know right where you live.
Okay.
You can't get away from me. You're only a couple houses away
Okay,
from me. No.
Anybody has any,
I got a question.
go ahead.
Give us an update.
I will. I had no idea.
Give us an update on the news and views.
Okay, Vince wants me to give you an update on the revision of the news and views. I just left Print Shack talking with Jen. We've laid the book out. I need to get probably about 8 to 10 more ads, and we're ready to roll. We will be getting it the 1st of September. Our September book will be their first book, and the whole book's gonna be in color. So some of the ads are gonna look a lot different than what they look right now.
The book is gonna look different.
The whole book's gonna look different. The layout's gonna be a little bit different, and hopefully more user-friendly than what we've had before.
Thank you, that's what I
Is that
wanted to
what
know,
you
that's what I was gonna ask you when we got back.
Just touching on the news and views, okay? You know, this is a total work in progress. This is not a finished project by any means, okay? It might take 6, 7, 8 months to actually perfect the way things are gonna go and how things are gonna be laid out in the book. And, we're welcome to constructive criticism. As long as it's being constructive, we welcome it. If I don't want her or myself or Jerry or anyone or to get blasted to how it looks and how it's laid out. This is all brand new to us. It's gonna be brand new to you. I think it's gonna look great. Myself, it's gonna be it's laid out the same way, but it's gonna be differently in the book as far as how things are gone in the book. Totally different. Ads are gonna be totally different sizes, different shapes, and we're trying to utilize all the white space on the paper to get as much money as we can from the revenue off the news and views, off the ads. So that's what we're trying to do.
Yes, and that was the main goal, because right now we know we're getting $1,000 a year. Where our goal is to try to get $3,000 a month, if we can do it that way. And that way, that's $36,000 a year versus 1,000 that was now. That's a win-win for us, and we've got more control over what goes on in news and views. So we're tickled to death of that, and how to raise money and that kind of thing. Go ahead. I think someone's got something else to say.
No.
With the deadlines as far as the news and views, okay? Depending on certain months, you know, I mean, certain months like February, take for instance, when you have let's see, the 20th will happen to be on a Saturday, okay? And you only got 28 days in the month anyway. So when it falls on a Saturday, your deadline will be on the 18th. It all depends on when that deadline date ends on, or begins with on a Saturday or Sunday, because it really affects the timeline of when the clubs and Patrona has to get the news and views to the printer to have them lay the book out, do a draft, come back, do a final with all the other stuff that goes in it after that, and then sends out the print. So you got like 7, 8 days there where some cases might be 5 days to actually go to print. So, we got extra days on there, but we just have to, it'll be more up to date because it's right here, and we'll be able to, you know, get things right into the news and views as quickly as possible, with the minutes and the board, the treasurer's report and things like that. Hopefully it'll be a more up-to-date book than it has been in the past. And especially with clubs too, it would be more up-to-date also.
We're excited about what's going on
Right.
with the clubs and the upcoming events and that kind of thing. I know me personally, I'm looking forward to some of the things. So if anybody's got any questions about anything or comments they'd like to make, feel free. Give them the microphone and they just speak their mind. That's why we do this thing. So I know this is gonna be a kind of a short, sweet meeting because it was gonna be, I do my best to try to answer everybody's questions, and when they come up like last time, you know, try to remember what they were from last time and try to do research and remind. That's why I remember Larry's question over there about, you know, the cars out traveling around the outside. So, if anybody doesn't have any questions, well, I guess we'll just call it a day then.
You're gonna have a meeting next Thursday, correct?
I'm not planning on having a meeting next Thursday because I'm gonna work on that floor, right?
You wanna have it out? Okay, all right, that's fine.
And we won't have one outside because it'll be too lot of people, so we skip
Okay.
next week.
All right.
Because we're gonna have a regular workshop on Tuesday, right? So we just skip next Thursday's meeting because we're gonna work on that crack back up.
Good.
So if anybody else got any comments, questions, anything about what's going on, what we need to be aware of, I'm all for telling me. And the gentleman here on the third row, he's welcome to call me and I'll find out about space for you. All right, thank you.
Is this gonna be the new Tuesday for town hall meetings now, or? go back to-
It's mainly gonna be on, town hall meetings will be mainly on Thursday unless that seems to be the day where there's the least amount going on in here. And it just seems like it worked out better with work being on Thursday because I wanted to be behind if we had a board meeting on Tuesday or board meeting on Wednesday, it was always, we could do a recap on Thursday if we need to. That's why it's Thursdays.
Good deal. Thank you.
All
The
right,
reason why it was Tuesday, because I'm leaving for Chicago tomorrow, and nobody knows how to set this up.
Okay. Sounds great, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Jared. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.